Are you ready? This was a gift to me about 25 years ago, and I could find it today. Can you believe that? All right. I'm gonna need a little help with the book. I'm talking about as loud as I can. Is that better? No, they still cannot hear me.
We can hear you. You're fine.
Do you want me to swallow this?
Yeah.
Bring it toward you.
I can't move it.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let me try it again. Is that any better? All right. If I get quiet during the service, just do this.
Yeah, raise it up.
Raise it up, raise it up, yes. Well, welcome to Town Hall. We do this once a year. It reminds me of a invitation that I had way back in Kansas. And I was speaking for a mother-daughter banquet. Do you remember that we used to have those? Yes. And I got halfway there and realized I did not pick up the cards that had my message on it, all of my notes. And I came to a red light and I'm trying to decide, okay, do I have time to turn around and go back and no, I don't have time to go right now. Okay, this was before cell phones. Okay, can I remember enough of it to do, I don't know. My second grade daughter was sitting in the front seat, and I was talking to myself. And finally she said, "Mommy, just fake it." And that's the way I felt this afternoon. Okay, how am I going to do this? Can I do this? And then I did what I have been doing for several weeks. I began to pray. And I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm going to really try to put this in His hands, not mine. Because so many of you have been a part of this report. And we need to recognize and say thank you. And I hope that you'll do something again next year. Because we do. Turn around and look. Look at the people. Look who's here. And a lot of you have volunteered to do jobs around here. And some of you have done jobs that you didn't even volunteer for. Yes, so. Just as a little bit of a reminder, Town Hall was organized in 1963. We've been around here a long time. But this last year has been very different. The last 2 years have been very different because of the pandemic. And people that we have relied on could not do the work. And we had to find somebody else. And we had to look at the bylaws and say, okay, what does that say? Can we do that? Well, I don't know. We don't want to jeopardize anything, but we don't want to leave things out. And so we have improvised and have come up with a good year as far as Town Hall is concerned. The purpose, and if there are a few copies of the bylaws, and I put them on the table over there, and if we run out, I can make some more copies. But the bylaws tell us that the purpose is education, entertainment, and what's the third one? Friendship, getting acquainted with one another. And so think about those three things as we go through this past year and as we look forward to a new year. I want to point out to you the cover of the program tonight. Would you say thank you to Georgia because she took the picture and designed the cover? We appreciate that, Georgia.
Thank you.
I like the cover very, very much. Yes, I do. So we have turned it now to the front page, and I want you to turn another page until you get to the minutes of last year's meeting. Many of you were here. These minutes are pretty detailed, and we can thank the secretary from last year, who is sitting back there next to her husband, Larry. Donna Sharp is the one that did these minutes. And so I want you to take and do a fast read. We're not going to read every word. Would someone like to make a motion that we say thank you for the minutes?
I so moved.
Kaz, somebody second?
I second.
All those in favor, raise your right hand. It is passed. We have accepted those minutes. There are some good reminders there, aren't there? What was the most well-attended program that we had at Town Hall last year?
And the variety shows.
The variety show. That was you. That was you. All right. We enjoy each other and that we're fulfilling the purpose of having Town Hall. Now I would like very quickly to read the vice chairman, and I talked about what vice chairman was last year, if you recall. Town Hall is up and running. Chapel services are a blessing on the first and third Tuesday of each month. We sing, we pray, and we worship. Then on the second, fourth Tuesday, we receive information, enjoy music, and get better acquainted with our Atherton residents and staff. On the fifth Tuesday, we enjoy movie night. Don't you just love the free popcorn?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that's good. This year, the most highly attended program was the Atherton Talent Show. Same song, second verse, could get better, it won't get worse. So we still enjoy one another more than the ones that we pay lots of money for. But that talent show was wonderful, and we thoroughly enjoyed that. And that is my report. Now, we are going to go to birthdays before we hear another report. And we've got 2, 4, 6, 7 birthdays. If I call your name, would you raise your hand? And if you can't raise your hand, put both of them up. Yeah, all right. So is Misoko Nishikawa here? No. Karina Ramez. Carolyn Knight. Louis Neuter. Patty Jackson. There she is right there. We're doubly thankful that she's here and having a birthday. Eleanor Saywell. Paul Breckmans. Patty, we are so glad you're here. We would not have had any. The other thing we like to do at Town Hall is to get acquainted, begin to get acquainted with new residents. And so Helen, come and introduce and tell us a few things about Terry Braun. And you'll need to talk right into this.
It's my pleasure to introduce you to Terry Braun. We have an interesting way of referring to people's homes. I live in Nagano's old apartment. My friend Sarah lives in Gloria's house. And Terry has the pleasure of living in Pat Tanimoto's cottage. And he has graciously consented to introduce himself.
I was told I had 2.5 minutes, so I will run through it. I was born and raised in Pasadena, Altadena, in a 3-generation family. My mom was the middle generation. My dad was 22 years older than my mom. And of course, she was 24 years older than I was. She had polio when I was 5 and raised me until she died as a quadriplegic in 1979, same day as John Wayne. I was educated in Pasadena all the way through, went to Cal State LA, started teaching. I taught high school and junior high school mathematics for 15 years, and then canceled that and went into engineering. I always loved space and always dreamed of living and working at JPL. So I worked at JPL as a contractor for 10 years, and then switched to software engineering, where I was a test engineer for a small software engineer company that was bought by Sun Microsystems and then by Oracle Corporation. So I've done that. Next topic was to talk about what I like. I've always been a space freak. My father would get me up at 4 o'clock in the morning to watch space launches. And I've loved that all my life, and I've always wanted to see and be part of the space program. Although I did not work on a space project at JPL, I did get to see spacecrafts that went to Jupiter, to Mars, and to Saturn, and I loved every minute of it. The interests, I love to read, I love sports, not very good at any of them, but I'm okay. I've been a baseball fan a long, long time. I play chess, I play Scrabble, Lexilus online, and I love to read. Last question that she asked me to talk about was Atherton. I've been on Atherton campus probably 1,000 times before I ever moved in here. I have lots of friends. I've been on campus at least since 1970. And I've kind of always known I was going to live here in the end.
Well, Terry, how nice to get a little bit acquainted. Looks like we've got a lot to talk to you about. That's great. That's great. All right. Now I want you to turn a page, and we're not going to do anything with that page. We need to elect our officers, which is the chairman of town hall, the vice chairman of town hall, the secretary, and the treasurer. So if you want to see those, they are on the very last page of your book. And the question that I need to ask you is, well, no, let me tell you. The person who has been nominated to be the chairman of town hall is Daryl Chan. Daryl, stand up, brother. Where are you? I saw you. There you are. Stay way back there. Just stay standing. Stay standing. The vice chairman will be Raylene Sylvester. Raylene, where are you? There you go. Stay standing here. Stay standing. That's it. Okay. Your main job is when he can't do something, you get to do it. And I was the vice chairman while my husband was the chairman, so I understand that. Yes, I do. All right, just stay standing. Patty Jackson will be our secretary if you vote for her. Thank you, Patty. Yes. And Jade Louie will continue as our treasurer. Now, as these 4 people are standing, is there anyone else that wants to nominate someone for one of these jobs? The requirement is you have to have asked them if they would be willing to serve before you can nominate them. Otherwise, we will look at the nominations from the nominating committee. I do not see any hands. May I have a motion that these 4 people be elected as officers of town hall?
So moved.
All right, do I hear a second?
Second.
All right, all those in favor of electing Daryl, Raylene, Patty, and Jade, please raise your hand. Thank you. Are there any any nay votes? No nays. Thank you so much. We look forward to your leadership. You may be seated. The next committee, we now go to the committees, and this is where most of the work takes place, is in the committees. Yes, Seguchi is nominated as the chair for hospitality, so there you go, all right? And would you like to come to the microphone and tell us what the hospitality committee does?
Yes, I got the other two.
Yes,
Before.
the report. Yes, I have asked her to read the report. If you want to follow in the book, or if you do better just by listening, whichever. Go ahead.
Thank you, Martha. I thought I was going to be the third one on here, but I guess I'm the first one. The report is short, so I am going to read it. The Hospitality Committee report. The Hospitality Committee is very visible as they greet you at the door for the town hall meetings. They serve as greeters to welcome you and then to pass out needed papers when requested. This year, our committee served on the second and fourth Tuesdays when town hall met, and the fifth Tuesday when we had movie night. On the first and third Tuesdays, the Chaplains Committee appointed their own greeters, so they were a little different. Just briefly, our duties are to arrive 30 minutes early before the meeting to monitor the doors, greet all those entering, and make sure the doors are closed when the meeting starts and closed when the meeting is over. When the program committee requests refreshments, we also serve, but we were considering refreshments tonight, but because of our COVID restrictions, we are not having refreshments, but maybe next year we will. One of our fun meetings is movie night, where we also serve popcorn and bottled water, and I think that's always a fun night. Those serving on the hospitality committee in 2021, Bertha Glass, so will you, as I call your name, will you stand up? Bertha Glassman, June Sakaguchi, Mitsu Asaoka, Shirley Kawanami, Evelyn Okamura, Yumi Hamamoto, and myself.
Would you remain standing? Is there anyone else that someone wants to nominate for a position on this committee for hospitality? If not, I will receive a motion to elect these people as members of the hospitality committee. Here, I see a motion. Is there a second? Second. All those in favor say yes.
Yes.
All those opposed say no. You are elected, and we thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
Now, Jackie, you come on up. Can you come to the microphone? Jackie Berlioz is the chair of the new resident welcoming committee. Doug moved this for her. Come on around here so you can get into it. That's good.
I just read my
Yes.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
During June 2021 through June 2022, the committee delivered 33 welcome baskets to new residents. As a welcoming committee, we welcome every new resident with a welcome basket, though not everybody desires to be introduced. This past year, 19 resident units were introduced and 14 resident units declined introductions. Introductions are done on the second and fourth town hall Tuesdays of the month. Thank you to the friendly and dedicated committee members who serve. And these are Helen Greaves, please stand. Oh, there's Helen. Helen Durr, Tatiana Taylor, I'm not sure if she's here.
She's not here.
And myself. We are the,
Good,
okay.
all right.
And our duties are, we visit new residents with welcome basket, a town hall flyer, and a welcome letter. We then interview new residents to prepare them for an introduction. And then on the second and fourth Tuesdays, we introduce new residents. The term limits for this committee is two consecutive years.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
All right, I need a motion to elect these people for the welcoming committee. I'm hearing barely. Thank you. Is there a second? All those in favor say yes.
Yes.
All those opposed say no. It is passed. Welcome, we welcome you. And Linda Barrett, come up here with the program committee.
Now I can see.
Thank you.
I sat down up front before everybody was here, and it's amazing to see all of you here. Thank you for coming. We're so happy to have you here. As Martha said, we have been in existence for 59 years. I can't imagine Atherton, which existed almost 100 years. What did they do before town hall? I don't get it, you know? How come nobody thought of it before this group that came? It was formed by residents that came and they got together, and when you read the bylaws, it's so complicated. I mean, they thought of everything and came up with all kinds. I don't know how my voice is, to me, I can't hear it on this. But anyway, I just I marvel at town hall. When I moved in, I was so grateful to come to a program one night a week. I had been living in my house alone for 2 years after my husband died. And so I was thriving on coming and meeting people here and getting to know other residents and not having to be alone every single night, you know. So I really got involved in town hall because it meant so much to me personally. And actually on the first time I was on the program committee, I think there might have been one other woman, it was all men. And so then what happened? But now for the last few years, it's been all women. So I'm glad we have a president now coming in that's a man. So this is good, we can get some men back on this committee. First, I'm going to be thanking a lot of people that help, because town hall is a bigger organization than just the Tuesday night meeting here. There's so many committees and so many people that help. So I wish us to thank and celebrate all the residents who make this possible, and most of them are you, as Martha said. So we have our town hall officers, as Martha brought. So I wanted to thank them personally, and all of us to thank them. So I'm going to say their names and then let's clap at the end of that. Martha Byer, acting chair. The treasurer, Jade Liu. Acting secretary, Donna Sharp. And Georgia, who came at the last minute to do our nominating committee. So let's all give them a hand again. Thank you. But behind the scenes, we've had a staff member, Sean Byrne, and his father, Gary, who comes on occasion. And they set up and get the audio and broadcasting system ready. And then thanks to Joe Wright and Ron Baines for controlling the lights and setting up the video system, and sometimes making copies of our programs for you who request them. And then we sometimes have Frank Murakami come and take photos of our programs that are kept for history. So we thank them all. Again, let's give them a cheer. And now the committee that works and plans and to bring entertainers to you this last year, this season. On my committee, please stand. Hilda Sang, Bertha Glassman, June Sakaguchi, Tatiana Taylor and Susan Hum aren't here, but they have been a big, big help. And to think that we came out of a year where we did nothing, and then we had to really rebuild everything again. So let's thank you very much. There are other resident groups that help us and have come and brought programs for us. The Atherton Players, the Music Ensemble, and the Line Dancers. They have entertained us throughout the year. Could you raise your hand if you've been in any one of those groups? The Players, the Music Ensemble, and the Line Dancers. Thank you so much. They have made us an enriched program. Also in the past, we had a choir, the Atherton Choir. Unfortunately, since pandemic, we have not had one. There are some restrictions because of the number of people, and there have been restrictions for singing. And so I'm hopeful that we would have that again. How many here have been in the choir in the past? Raise your hand. So I just hope that we can, the guidelines can come and maybe somebody can go and find out from Craig if there's a possibility that can be started up again. And as you know, the most popular programs that we've had have been one with Atherton residents. About 8 years ago, we started a spring variety show. And that was using the talents of our own residents. Last year, for the first time, we added a Christmas variety show. And that was because we couldn't bring in outside choirs, which we had in the past. We had to restrict ourselves to ourselves. And so then the idea came, well, we had a really great variety show in the spring, so why not try Christmas? And that turned out to be really wonderful because so many people were able to volunteer for that. And it turned out to be one of our most attended programs. So we will continue to do both. So I'm expecting that this coming December, we will have a Christmas show. Another successful program that was used this year when we were unable to have a performer was the PBS series, All Creatures Great and Small. That was a surprise hit, as it turned out to be the most requested program. We will continue to occasionally show it. And then when there is a 5th Tuesday of the month, as Martha said, we show a movie. We are always looking for recommendations of movies that you think the residents would like. So let us know if you think of one so we can look at it. All movies we preview, because if we liked the movie 25 years ago, we might not feel it's appropriate now. So I want to thank all of you who make Atherton a great place to live, and hope to continue seeing you here, and that maybe you'll be on some of the committees that we have presented. Thank you. Bye.
Now, I need for those of you that have served on the program committee and you stand, and I need a motion that you be elected for the next, not,
But you don't have a complete list. Nancy Rittman was on it.
Well, that's on the new, see, this is the,
We will be voting on Linda Barrett, Bertha Glassman, June Suguti, Nancy Renan, and Tatiana Taylor. All right? May I have a motion that these people be elected?
So moved.
I heard a vote and a second. All those in favor say yes.
Yes.
All those opposed say no. It is carried, and thank you so much for the time and the effort that you do to give us good programs. And now we come to the nominating committee. Last year, we did not have a nominating committee, and this year, Georgia has really made up for it, and I appreciate so much. Georgia, stand up, come and tell us about what the nominating committee knows.
What I know about it.
Here, get the mic, your voice, hear it.
Who was that famous guy that said, "I know nothing"? Nominating committee, all these ones that we voted on. With Martha's help, I went through it and found out people that we contacted to fill those positions if they were willing. So that's when the program came together. And who was it? Linda. Linda, we have another man on the committee. Harold has agreed to be on the committee. Where are you, Harold? Back in the back there. I gotta get his last name right. Kamea. It's on the last page on nominating committee there. Did you get his name? Yeah. And then Olga Lamar. Is it Lamar or Lamar? Lamar, let me say it right here.
raise your hand, Olga. Yeah.
So those are, and if you notice, there's 2-year terms, and so you kind of do it on a rotating, where when other ones go off, there's still some on there. Do you notice all of the years on the nominating committee? We gotta work on that. So next year we'll have some more that then when we rotate off, they'll be here, okay? And nominating is fun because you get to know all the new, Terry will be talking to you, okay? All the new people and finding out my positions, finding out what makes town hall run. I knew nothing really about all of this, and it's really exciting to see where our annual funds go, how it happens. So I guess what we're gonna do is call for a vote on me and Harold and Olga.
Yes. I need a motion that these 3 people be elected to the nominating committee.
I so moved.
It is made, is second. All those in favor say yes.
Yes.
All those opposed say no.
Oh, good, I'm watching.
Now I get my program back in order. We were very sad that we could not have refreshments tonight.
Oh, we've got another report. The
Yes.
treasurer, come and tell us about the treasurer. Jade. And then I'll talk about food.
Yeah, hi. My name is Jay Lu. I live in Courtyard, and we moved from San Diego to Atherton about 3.5 years ago. And time flies, right? And so both my husband Bill and myself consider ourselves very blessed to be part of the Atherton community. And I also like to take this chance to say that I'm so glad that I participate in this town hall program committee. I really respect every committee member, their dedication, their skill and knowledge. I have learned a lot from them. And my role in the committee is try to keep an up-to-date accounting record for the program activity. And I do prepare financial report on a quarterly basis to share with the committee members. And I also send in copy to our CEO, Craig, and our CFO, Jackie. Now tonight, this annual meeting report, we have attached the year-end as of July 31st, 2022 financial report for your information. And also, we would appreciate your feedback too. As you see that, I guess we did pretty good last year. We started in August 1st, 2021 as $10,557, and ending July, our cash was $11,187, so we're making money. So anyway, so if anybody have any questions, let us know and we'll try to work on it, give you the answer, okay? And so, thank you very much.
Thank you. It's really nice to look at that bottom line, isn't it? And you know why we have so much money available to us? Because of COVID. We could not spend our money to bring people in, and we kept looking and finding people here that would do it because they are a part of our family. So we thank them. I do need a motion or a question. Is there any other person who you want to nominate for the treasurer's job?
Voted on.
I could not hear. Is there a motion?
We already voted on her with the officers, didn't we?
So we need,
In the beginning.
we did them with the, you're right, thank you very much.
Report.
I didn't fake that very well, did I?
Except, maybe you want to accept her report.
Yes, she says that if you have any questions and want to just talk to her, she will be glad to talk to you and answer any questions that you have. All right, I have no further business. Is there any business? If not, I will take a motion that we adjourn.
I so move.
So move, any second?
Second.
It's been seconded. All those in favor will say yes.
Yes.
All those opposed will say no. And if we're really ornery, we'll say we will meet again next year with refreshments, for sure. All right. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. You are welcome to stay and visit with one another. And we just wish that you meet one person that you have not known before. That would be a good thing, wouldn't it? Yes. All right. You are adjourned.